Yeah, let's start. So we started Ansible, right? I mean, we started discussing Ansible. Yesterday we seen what is Ansible, why we use it, and obviously how to install, and how what are the concepts of nodes, so how we communicate. I mean, how the master node and communicate all these things. So let's continue from there. Of course, we have tested also the node is communicating fine. I mean, Ansible master, sorry, can able to talk to node. How we checked it? Based on this ping module, it'll give the response back, says Pong. It green color, obviously it's success. So let's continue here. So now we have master and the node. I mean, work node also there in Ansible. Now next. So as we discussed about these things, right? What is this thing? So of course, this is like inventory, all. I mean, whatever the server list, I mean worker list we have mentioned in the file, inventory file, etc ansible host, or you can give a specific group name. And hyphen m ping is m is a hyphen m means module, the ping module we are using to do communicate. So like this there are, as I told you, like there are so many modules. So based on your task, yeah, you gotta use that module. So modules are nothing but small these programs, where we use to perform specific tasks. Specific task, I'm telling again, because let's say you want to do some install, or you want to restart some service, or you want to create some file. These are all tasks, right? I mean, create something, right? So based on your task, you got to use that module. Using that module, you'll write a command similar to this. So whatever the, let's say I want to use apt module as an example. Apt module, let's say, what does apt do? It will install, or uninstall, like that. So I want to do some task. Let's say I want to install something on the node. So of course, I'm Ubuntu, so I'll use apt module. So by using apt module, I'll write some one command and I'll execute it. So which will get executed. So the module is to do the task, and the command, whatever you're writing, it'll execute it actually. So the command, what we call it is, we call it ad hoc commands. Ad hoc. Ad hoc. It means we can run, a single command at once. If you see, ad hoc is like, there is another saying for ad hoc. So like, without planning or without, any preparation, something will do something. Usually we call it ad hoc task or something. Let's say we working on something else, and suddenly another work came in between. So that we call it ad hoc task or ad hoc work, like that. Similarly here also, ad hoc commands, why we are calling it is, we're just on the fly when we're doing it. So I want to install something, let's write a command, that's it. Without planning, without preparing, or without writing something like that, without writing a script and all. Those are called ad hoc commands. By using modules, we'll execute, or run our tasks and everything with ad hoc commands. There are multiple modules. Let's see few modules, and of course we'll see how the ad hoc commands looks like. So obviously commands start with Ansible. What is inventory? Test or all, whatever it is. I mean, depends on our use case. Hyphen m apt. This is the module I want to use. What to do using this module? Hyphen a arguments we have to pass. Inside the we have to pass double quotes. Hyphen m is module using apt module. Hyphen a means arguments. What are the arguments that we pass it? So imagine what is the command of apt. Apt install something, right? Or apt remove something. So install something. What is the something? The package name. That install is the action. Something is that package name that we have to pass here. So let's say name. Sorry, name nginx state install. Sorry, installed. Ed I read. I'll tell you again. See here. State spelling. Okay. See here, this module, we are passing these arguments. Observe the command apt install this package. The same thing we write, but in a different format. That's it. Here, of course, the name is Nginx is a package I want to install. State is equal to install. Why? Because why I gave installed ed. It means that it's already done, right? So we have to give like that so that Ansible knows. Of course, install means it won't work because we have to give in the past tense so that Ansible will read it because once it executes, that's what that's the state, right? So once the execute is done, installed is the state, or let's say removed or removed I gave. Once the execution is done, it's removed. That is the state we have to give here. That's why installed we gave. Let's execute it. What happens? Let's see if the command is correct or not. See, installed is not there. It seems it's absent, fixed, latest, present. Got installed. Install is not there anymore. So what we got to use latest or present. So it will install. Let's see. No matching package is available. What the hell? So the command what I'm doing is wrong. So it's saying it even though I gave the name is equal to Nginx, state is equal to present, it's not taking it. Observe it. So what the hell I'm doing wrong? So Ansible, the ad-hoc commands name is equal to yes, that's correct. Ah, wait. Comma, I should not use. So now it's failed for something else. Observe here. Comma was wrong, but now it failed something else because Ansible is connecting as Ubuntu user. By default, Ubuntu does not install packages, right? For Ubuntu, we have to use sudo. But how to use sudo here in Ansible? Hyphen become. Become means become as a root user and install it. So there is something else. Nginx is not found, it seems. Oh, see, unable to fetch blah 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 something. The package is not there, it seems. Some issue, we don't know what is that. Let's install a very maybe small package, basic one, whichever is available. See, it's success. See, okay, it's already there. Let's go with some other package. What else is there? What else? Very basic one. Anything, just execute it like this. It will show you the output. I mean, okay, tree is not available. What else? What else is it? Just which package? Hopefully, they should exist. Let's see. At least this one. See here, it's executed. See, this package was there. Nginx was not there. I don't know where to see. But yeah, this is fancy. Same if you install apt install something. Let's say this package name. This is the output it will show you, right? Yes or no, blah blah blah, installing, reading like this. Same output it showed you. And of course, if you remember, the status has been yellow with changed. It means this package, whatever we try to install, does not exist. So it installed now. That's why the status has been changed. It was not there earlier, now it's there. And if you observe, I try duplicate. But its success changed false. It means the duplicate package is already there in the system. So there is nothing to do. That's why Ansible will show change false. If it is changed, it will say change. Let's execute the same command again. It will be green. See, because Anacron, the package, whatever we define, it's already exists now because we have installed it earlier. That's why it is not there. See, change it false. If anything is there, it will say change it true. I mean, like this, the yellow. Got it? See, change it true because we're installing it. Like this, in any command. Let's say which I want to restart some service, maybe SSS service, let's say. Service command is service module is there, sorry. Same thing, based on the command, based on your task, what you want to do. You want to execute something, you have to use that module. SSH state is equal to restarted. Let's see. Of course, I had to use become still because sudo. See, it's restarted. That's why. See, restarted. That's why the status has been changed. So much output. Sorry, yeah, this is it. Status started. Let's execute that again. What happens? Let's see. Again, it's status changed. Why? Here, what we are giving restart. Every time the status will change, right? Start and stop, it will do. So it will be changed every time. Restart is like that. If you give start, it won't be available. See, it's yellow. Sorry, green. Why? It's already running. Why the hell we need to start it again? Because nothing changed. That's why. Restart means every time it will change, right? Stop and stop. That's why it's yellow all the time. Like this, there are so many modules, so many modules. Not just one. I'm just showing you one, that's it. Let's say there is a copy module, there is a file module. Let's say I want to copy some file or something, folder something. Copy module is there. Same thing, Ansible -yum. Let's create some file just for NVIDIA test. Ansible test, right? Sorry, test -yum copy module -a same command. The the structure did not change it. Observe this. src source you have to give what is the path /home /ubuntu /test file. What is the destination in the server slash opt as an example. Just try it. Change to false. Did not copied. Become still did not copied. Okay, there is a the file does not exist. It's fine. So yeah, let's observe. Blah, 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 blah. I created a folder for God's sake. Did I? Sorry, I created a folder. Sorry. Let's create touch test one. Just for example, I'm just copying a file only now. Folder also will do with. Don't worry. See, it changed. Where it changed? In the node, in the server. I mean, from here, from the master test one file is there. This is the file. It copied opt in the node. In the node. Let's log into node. Connect. Blah blah blah. Let's open another window, a small one. Oh, sorry. /opt, right? /opt. See, test one file came here. It was not there earlier, obviously. How the hell I know? Check this timestamp today, September 2nd. 1:35 means of course UTC. So like that. Let's edit some this one. Maybe add some data. Oh, let's 1 minute before trying. Let's see. See, it's success, right? Because it's already copied. Why the hell it's copy again? Let's see. Blah blah blah. I'm writing some data. Let's see now. See, for it, right? If there is the data is changed obviously. Now the status also changed because there is a new data which we need to copy. That's why. See, that's how. Depends on your requirement, as I told you, right? There are thousands of modules. Similar way, we have Jenkins plugins, right? Thousands of I'm telling you, right? Modules are there. which we'll be using depends on our use case. For it, for folder also same thing we'll do. Let's say I want to copy test folder. One thing is we have to tell that it's a folder. That's it. How do I tell? How do I tell? Same thing, except there is nothing. The only thing we have to do is we have to give, sorry, what is this? Options like, ownership and everything, so that it will know that, it's a folder. What the hell is, options? There are few things, right? Permissions. Let's say owner, mm, sorry, group, mode 0755, and of course, directory mode. Let's try. It's all, wait, it's already copied. Command is wrong. Sorry, my bad. I did not give a space. Okay, still not copied. It is saying change to false, even though it does not exist. Is it? Yeah, it's fine. Principal, blah 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 blah. Folder destination is okay. This should be fine. Let's copy forcefully. Just add one more font, force. Still not. All right. Simple. Let's Google it. If it is don't worry about too much. Ansible copy folder. Yes. Simple. Open it. See, it gave to you. Same thing, except we had to give mode. We gave it already, but it's not copying. Or let's verify once. Is it already copied? Obviously, no. No, what the hell is wrong with this? But yeah, same thing, same folder module. Just try to figure it out. You try to figure it out. It's time waste unnecessarily here, but it's fine. Yeah. So like that, based on your task, you can able to use any module. See, if I open, there are lots of module. I'm telling you, lots of modules. Which of course we don't discuss all of these. See, yeah, how many modules are there? Let's say you want to know something. Let's say you got a task to work on some module, work on something, some task. You don't know which module to use. Figure it. You have to figure it out and go for it. Let's say copy module. Is there anything? See, copy files to remote locations. Open it. You will see lots of things, all the documentation. See, all the documentation. Everything will be present to you. So no need to worry about all this. All you have to do is figure out based on the task, what module you got to use. There are modules like shell module also there. Let's see that. And sorry, clear it. Let's first. Ansible. Let's say there is no module, but you want to execute a task. Let's say you want to export some env variable, something like that. How do you do it? There is a module called shell, which will execute the shell commands. -a. It's a ls minus a. Just for example, some Linux commands. So it will print you like that. Or ls minus a and pwd, home ubuntu path. So you can execute shell commands, I mean the Linux commands. So whatever, let's say, command is there, which if there is there is no module, you can use shell command directly. There is command module also there. Command module also there, of course. But observe the difference. Shell module, we can execute any kind of commands. We can pass this multiple commands and all. But with the command module, we can pass the commands, but just one command because it cannot accept the two because it does not know about these things. As well as any kind of variables are there. Let's say, see, it'll give you the value, right? Give you the value. Let's try same with this one. It also worked. Sorry. So why I told the shell module now is, let's say you don't know what is a module. Let's say I don't you don't know. Sorry, what? Sorry, 1 minute. Sorry, 1 minute. Just a minute. Sorry. So yeah, where was we? So yeah, shell module. Why we use shell module is, as I told you, if you don't know the module, simply you can use shell module. Let's say same shell module. I don't know apt module. Let's say I don't know apt module. Simply just use it. apt sudo sorry, sudo apt install something, or let's say sudo apt update -y. You can execute the same command without using the apt module also. But of course, we'll use the module. If you don't know the module or if there is no module for such tasks, we'll use the shell module because it can able to execute the shell commands, all the shell commands. See, it updated, see, whatever it changed, obviously. So like that, we can able to use any module. I'm telling you, any module. Got it? Got it? That's about modules. All you gotta do is figure it out, what module you want to use and use it. As simple as that. There will be a default syntax available. Sorry. Like for every module, let's say control F, apt. See, there is a module or M. See, M module also there or shell. See, execute shell commands. Every module documentation is present here. So you don't need to worry about where to find everything. Everything is available here. Got it? Now, hmm, imagine now. Imagine like, okay, we are executing these commands, which are fine, okay, which is good. One by one commands we are executing. Imagine similar like this, you got 100 commands to execute. Imagine that. Of course, we don't get 100, it will be too much, but just think of it like we got a task, 100 commands, 100 commands. How the hell we do it? We cannot execute 100 commands one by one, right? It's not possible. It means not feasible. Then what the hell we do? So instead of this using commands like this, we write a script with all these things. Let's say I have three tasks. I want to update something, I want to install something, I want to start it, or I want to create some file, I want to blah blah do something else. Like 10 tasks are there. Instead of running one by one, you know what I'll do? I'll simply I'll simply like with all these commands, I'll write one script and I'll execute that script. So what happens now? I'll execute the script means whatever the task I mentioned in that script will get executed. Got it? That's that script, what we call is a playbook. Playbook. Playbook is nothing but an YAML file. It's an ML file as I told yesterday, right? It's an ML file which contains multiple plays. So nothing but tasks. So this is the task, right? APT update is task. This is a task. This is a task. See, these are all the tasks, whatever executed. In Ansible terms, we call it place, which is fine. Completely task also fine. So multiple tasks together we keep in a file which become playbook, or multiple plays together in a file which became playbook, which is also fine. So what happens is in this playbook, let's say here, same command will write in a ML format. That's it. Same command will write in ML format, and it will execute it for us. Got it? So ML syntax is little, we should not use tabs and everything. Come on, man. But it's easy to write. If you figure it out, there is something called ML linked or ML validator. You can write direct. You can paste your code here. It will give you what is the error. So hyphen hyphen hyphen. This is the start. It means start of the ML file or start of the playbook. Now let's write our task, our known task only, like updating, installing Nginx. I think it's no, it's not there. Okay, install Nginx, start Nginx, something like that. Let's see. So first thing is hyphen 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 means start of the ML file. So next thing is host hyphen space host. What is the host? Test or all? Which one you want? Depends whatever one. Let's say all I want to use. So this is where we will be running. In this command also, this is what we gave, right? First thing. Next, what I will give? We'll give the tasks, right? So in here in Ansible, you if you start let's say hyphen host like this, it means everything comes under like this inside the host. Like let's say there is a subheading. Inside the subheading, we'll write some points, right? Just like Jenkins file, stages are there. Inside the stage, we kept stage. Inside the stage, we kept steps. Inside the step, we gave the command whatever we are executing in that particular step. Similarly, here also subheading, like that. We'll keep it stage by stage. Correct. So here, of course, I want to become yes means become the root user because we need to install something now. That's why Ubuntu user Ansible is connected with Ubuntu user, which does not have sudo permissions. I mean install permissions by default because it's a normal user. If you connect with root means if you generate a key with root user and copy it to root into Ansible node, then it will work as a root user. But of course now we have to use become sudo every time. Next setting will be tasks. As I told you, tasks are nothing but our ad hoc commands, whatever we wrote, we'll write in ML format here. Easy. But observe here, I'm writing everything in the same line. If I do like this, it will be wrong. It has to be like this. And of course, don't use tab, it won't work. If you use tab in ML, it won't validate. So use space bars. Got it? Like this. Hyphen host is mandatory. Hyphen is mandatory with one space before. That is just by heart this one you can remember it, no worries. And host, whatever the host one become yes, tasks. Next we want to write tasks. So now how to write tasks? Of course, first go to tasks. Sorry. Next, go inside the task. Write the task inside it. Because now this is submitting tasks, right? Inside it, task will be there. It means it should come inside it. So how to write a task is first we have to write a name. Hyphen name colon task name. What is it? Update packages. We have to write a task name. Just for understanding because it will show you the task name also while it's executing. Otherwise it won't accept without the name. Sorry. Here, hyphen hyphen, not hyphen hyphen, hyphen space name. Next, what is the task? apt update, right? I want to use this module, shell module. apt, sorry, sudo apt update hyphen y. Done. Let's add another task. Same thing, same way. I'll add another task. Name install nginx. The task name. See the syntax. I'm writing everything is the same. apt name nginx state latest or present, whatever it is. I'll write latest first. Like this, I can write n number of tasks. See the syntax. Tasks are inside. See, one more task. I'll add maybe start the nginx. Name start nginx. Of course, service name nginx state started. Like this, I can go on, keep on writing n number of tasks. You don't need to write in one line also, you can write in multiple lines like this. Like this you can write, and of course like this you can write, which is fine. You can write like this also, like this also. Now you just click on go. See, it automatically adjusted your syntax, which means this is right. Let's say I gave something wrong here, unexpected at line 11, something, it will show you like this. Or you can write in Visual Studio Code also, which is also fine. Or here also, whatever it is. Got it? Now let's click on again. See, copy this. Now we'll create something called a playbook, as I told you, right? Playbook is nothing but YAML file. Give anything. Maybe VA install.yml or YAML, anything you can able to use, and paste it. Save it. That's it. Now our playbook is ready. Basic playbook, at least, not fully. Basic one is ready. See, I wrote three tasks: update, install, start the Nginx with as a root user, as a sudo, become as a sudo on all hosts, whatever the host available in the inventory file. Now the file is ready. How to execute it? There is a command called Ansible hyphen playbook. Sorry, playbook. What is the playbook name? Install.yml, right? That's it. Let it execute. We will see. I'll explain you what happens. See, update packages. It changed because it's updating. Now installing Nginx. See the task. Install the name. Whatever the name we gave, it will display to you like this. Installed Nginx. Start Nginx. Okay. Means it does not change. See, failed 0. Everything it will show you. Success. Okay. Changes. Whatever it is. That's why that name is important. If you don't give the name, it won't take it. Because by default Ansible want to show you that this one. Hey, I want to show you this that task status. That's why I give a name. Got it? And what is this play all? All means of course the inventory file group you gave all, which is fine. And what the hell is this? Gather facts. So gather fact is something like when you execute a playbook, see, or let's say when you execute something command, what Ansible will do first thing is it will get the information about the node. See, I told all, right? Let's say we have 10 nodes, 10 Ansible nodes. So first, and we told like, hey, execute this task in that node. You know what Ansible will do first thing? This will talk to that node obviously with SSH and get the information about that node, information like everything. What is the node architecture, OS, kernel version, user, every information which is required, all the low level information like machine level information, it will take from the machine, first from the node, sorry. And then based on that node, it will execute the task. Let's say the task we gave you here, what is the task here? apt install. Imagine it's an Red Hat mission, not Ubuntu. Correct, right? If it is Red Hat mission, not Ubuntu, it has to fail, right? Obviously, it has to fail because Red Hat, there is no APT. The APT is Windows, but our node is Red Hat, let's say. How the hell Ansible knows that? How the hell it knows that? Got it? How the hell it knows? How the hell it knows? How the hell Ansible knows whether it's a Red Hat or CentOS mission? It has to gather the facts about the mission. Let's say, imagine there is no gathering facts. Ansible will execute whatever you gave it to it without verifying it. Obviously, your playbook will fail. Correct, right? So that's why Ansible is smart. What it is doing is it's reading it before. Of course, even if you give M now, it will fail because it's not M, but Ansible knows it why it's fail at least. Because gathering facts, it knows, okay, M command, apt command, blah, 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 all these things. In the gathering facts, it has all the information about the node. So it will compare the node. Compare means what the OS it is, what commands are available. It knows everything. That's why gathering facts is important. Of course, if you don't want, we can disable that also, which is completely fine. So how do we disable it? Simply keep facts no. That's it in the playbook. Let's open. What we do is, gather underscore facts no, keep it. Where? After the host. Gather underscore facts colon no. That's it. Now, sorry. Now it won't fetch the facts from the node anymore. Let's observe. See, there is no gathering facts. See, observe here. It was there here, but we disabled it, right? Directly it's executing the task. See, of course, it is APT update. Every time there will be a small changes. Don't worry. But it's already installed. It's already started, so nothing changed. But see, the gathering facts are also gone. But these gathering facts are very much useful. Don't keep it no. Alright. That's about gathering facts. Why the hell we use it? So like this, you can write n number of. I'm telling you n number of tasks, and there is no limitation. Of course, we can enhance this also. We'll see few things today for enhancing. Okay. So this is a plain playbook. This is a plain means we wrote everything directly. But I don't want like that. Of course, remember it every time you're writing a script, don't hard code any values like this. That's not a good approach. That's why what we use, we use something called vars, variables. You know these variables already. In Ansible, we call it vars. The section is vars. See, if you observe, there is no is equal to in playbook because YAML does not follow is equal to. Of course, these are parameters which we pass to the module, but still here is equal to is there. See, sorry, is equal to colon is there. So Ansible follows like that. Don't give like become is equal to yes or host is equal to all because it won't take it. Same vars also we have to give like that. Of course, variables means you have to give inside it. Let's say I'll give package is equal to nginx assembly. So I can use this variable anywhere. So instead of wherever nginx is there, let's say here dollar package. That's it. Let's say here dollar package. Of course, in the name also you can able to use, but it's okay. Why the hell? Or let's use it. What's wrong with that? Package dollar blah blah package like this. Check the syntax. See valid. Let's copy what happens. Let's see. It should work fine. I mean, without any. Let's install gather facts. We disable it still. Wait. Okay, there is something wrong in install. See, observe here. It did not came. Why? Because in the name, what happens is what it cannot read the variable in the name. Here we gave install dollar package, right? That's a name, correct? But sorry, it does not read the variable. That's why it is throwing error, of course. Here also it's throwing error for some reason. PAC, KAG, yeah, it's correct. So there is some error here. Why there is error? This is correct. We defined a variable called package, which is completely fine. But the way I present it is wrong. How do I present? How do I use the module? Sorry, how do I use the? Let's remove this. How do I use variable in the Ansible? This is a what I gave dollar package. This is a Linux level. So this is a Linux kind of using the variable. But in here Ansible, you got to use like this. I forgot that. Like this, you got to use. See, observe the space before and after, which is important. Double quotes, inside the double quote, double parenthesis, open and close. So double curly braces, sorry, not parenthesis. Inside the key, the package, whatever is there. Now it will work. Here also use similar thing. Let's see. This is how we use it, the variable. But why the hell it showed valid earlier also? See, this does not read the variables and everything. It just follows the syntax. That's it. It's the syntax only, not everything. Now let's try to install it. Let's see. See, installing Nginx, start Nginx. See, it worked, right? It means the variable worked. We can pass like this. We can define a var section. We can pass like this. This is one way of approach. You can pass n number of like this package something below something. You can go on, keep on like this. There is no limitation. Instead of like this also directly inventory file only we can able to pass. Sorry, let's say like this we can able to pass. So let me open with sudo. So now what happens is here we already passed, right? Ansible user Ubuntu. Similar way you can able to pass one more variable like this, which will work. This is completely fine. Got it? This is completely fine. There is nothing wrong. These are called inline variables. It means the normal variables we define inside a playbook under the vars section. If you define variables in the inventory file, these are inline variables because on the fly it is reading from that. That's why we call it inline variables. Got it? Those are very important. I mean, depends on your use case. If you want to pass, you can pass it completely fine. Or there is one more way also. You can pass variables in a separate file and you can able to use it in Ansible. That is also fine. See, these are variables, whatever we defined here. For this specific host, what is advantage for these inline variables? Inline variables is where we define in the inventory file. Because for an individual host, we can able to define variables separately. Because in let's say if you observe here, this this can be used for all these things, for all the tasks, whatever you used. But whatever you define there, individual node level, this will be applied. Got it? This is fine. This is fine. So now let's say I don't want this. There's one more thing. Vars underscore files. So I defined my variables in a file, some file, and I'll use this here. Hyphen vars slash test.yml. It means what happens is Ansible will read this file and whatever the variables inside it and it will execute it. Let's try it. Create mkdir vars folder. See, no need to create vars also. Directly you can give the file name. This is also fine. So don't directly give, just because I gave it where's folder, don't give like that. You can give anything. I'm just giving for example. Let's say package colon nginx port colon maybe 80 as an example, even though we're not using it, but as an example. Let's execute Ansible playbook. Let's see whether it will take or not. See, observe. See, it worked. Even though we did not mention anything in here, because we mentioned the file name, where file name. So it will read the that file. Of course, the path has to be correct. It will read everything whatever is present. Got it? That's how we use it. That's how we use it. The variables. Got it? That's how we use Ansible variables. Of course, there is one more way also there. Extra vars. Extra vars. What the hell is extra vars? Let's remove this var section completely. This is, you got it right. Vars directly define the vars, or vars files directly. We can give the file name, it will take it. As an inline variables where we can add an inventory file for specific host. There is something called extra var, so you can pass in command line -e package is equal to nginx. This will pass to the playbook, obviously. See, it will work. See, it worked right, even though we did not specify anywhere. But we're passing like this extra vars -e extra vars. This is also one of the approach. So this has the highest priority. Imagine, let's say you defined vars. Let's try it. Install.sh. So let's give it test or something. Now let's execute it. Pass the extra parameter, extra vars. Let's see. Observe here. It took nginx, whatever we passed as extra vars, but we gave test. It did not take this. You know why? Because this has the highest priority. Extra vars has the highest priority. See, even if you pass vars inside a playbook, if you pass extra vars, it means extra vars will be considered by Ansible. Extra vars will be taken into consideration by Ansible because extra vars has the highest priority of all. That's why. Got it? Got it? Is it clear? That's why, of course, we don't pass like this because it's not, we don't, because we'll be running Ansible commands also using Jenkins. We don't pass like this. We'll pass variables only. But of course, it's one of the approach you can able to use it. Got it? So that's about vars, Ansible vars. So let's go to small topic for today. See, observe here. I wrote a playbook, right? Let's execute it. Okay, updating packages, apt update is fine. Every time we can run, no issues. Install also we can able to execute because install, sorry, install what happens like, it will try to install it. If it is already installed, it won't do anything, of course, which is also fine. But we don't start every time, right? Or we need restart sometimes, maybe based on whenever there is a change, something like that. But by default, Ansible playbook does not care about that. So we defined the tasks. So no matter what, Ansible executes it every time. Ansible executes it every time. See, I don't want that. I want execute some particular task only when the status of other task is changed. Let's basic example I'll give. Let's write one more task. Let's give space just for understanding. Copy index file. Let's say index file. What we use for index.html file. I mean source. You have to give full path always. Otherwise, it won't take it. Destination. I think destination is slash where html for now. Do not use tabs. It won't work. Got it? Always use spaces only. So these four tasks are there. Let's say this task I wrote it newly to copy the index file. So let's create index file. Something. So let's execute it. Of course, this the new task also will get executed. Obviously. So it's copied the index file. It's changed. The spelling is wrong. Forget it. So let's try again. Of course, that will the status will be okay now because there is no change. So my requirement is this is our code, right? Obviously, index.html is code. So if there is any change in this task, it means if there is any code change or something, whatever, Nginx has to restart. Nginx has to restart. What to do at that time? Sorry, not this. If there is any change, Nginx has to restart. Come on, what you do? You cannot do anything by default as of now because it will change. Of course, Nginx will keep on starting every time. Of course, it won't start, but we are executing, which is not required. This one, got it? Because that's how Ansible works actually. When you define something called tasks, it will execute every time. It will execute every time, no matter what. Got it? But I don't want that. See, cases like let's say I want to restart a server, I want to restart Nginx or Apache, whatever it is, those should not happen every time, right? But whenever we execute a playbook, restart should not happen every time. Correct? Exactly correct, right? It should happen only when there is a change, when there is maybe configuration change or when there is a code change, something like that. Of course, there is no configuration change as of now for us. At least there is a code change for us. So if the code changed, then only it should restart the Nginx for now. But task cannot do that by default. Task will execute by default everything. Then what else? There is something called handlers. Handlers also should be similar to task like this. See, same syntax. Let's keep it to restart Apache, restart Nginx, sorry. So what happens here is handlers also similar to task. Same thing, same syntax, except we just open a new section. That's it. What is the difference between task and handler then is, see, task will execute a task every time, no matter whether it is changed, blah, whatever it is. It will execute every time. It does not care about the status change. But handler will care about the status change. It means we have to tell handler when to restart. We have to tell like, hey, if the task is changed, restart it. Then what happens? Handler will do it only when the task is changed. Let's say I told like handler, hey handler, restart this, execute this task when this copy task is changed. Then it will do that. Then it will do only when the task is changed. How do I tell? How do I tell is there is something called the notify. Notify. We have to use the notify in both places. Notify restart Nginx I gave, right? Here also you have to give notify restart Nginx. Same name you have to give. Now what happens, when something, let's say this file is changed, for imagine this data is updated, the status of this task is changed, to keep it simple. The status of this task is changed, which will notify this. This is the handler name which will notify this. And it will come to here. Oh, wait. My bad, my bad. Let's remove this notify here. Only in task it should be there. See, notify means it will notify this, whatever this is. So what happens is here, this will look for this name. Name is restart package. Package obviously Nginx, right? So it matched. The restart Nginx matched with this handler. Means this task will get executed only when this is changed. We can write, let's say, n number of things. Sorry, n number of handlers. Test handler I wrote. Shell ls minus a. Imagine two handlers are there, but this which in the task we told to notify only one handler, right? Which is this one. So only this will get executed. This will be skipped by default. Now observe the syntax now. Let's run the playbook. What happens first? Let's see without changing. Update package obviously it will do. Install blah blah blah. See where is the restart and test tasks? They see they are not here, right? Currently observe here. They are not there. You know why? For the same reason, handler does not run the task every time. We kept these tasks under the handler, right? As I told you, they don't run unnecessarily until you notify them to run. When you notify, if the we notified based on the task. So if this task status is changed, which will trigger this notify, and which will execute this the handler whichever has this name. So handler have this name, then it will get executed. Let's see. Sorry. Come on, man. Sorry. VA index file blah blah. So write something whatever it is. It's just for testing. Now let's execute playbook. Let's see what happens. One handler will run now. Let's install. Oh, restart engine will not either. Oh, sorry, my bad. You know why it happened? Handler does not read this. You cannot use like this. You cannot use variables in handler name because it should be static. Obviously now it won't work because the state has already changed. Let's see. It's already copied earlier in this task. That's why. Let's add it again. Let's see. Let's save it. Let's install. Let's see what happens. See, the task changed. Running handler. See, restart Nginx. That's how it works. Handlers. Handler will only run when they notify. That's how do they notify based on the task status. See, we have one more handler which is test, but it is not triggered. Why? Why? Because the test handler is not notified by any task. You can able to write multiple things like this, but it is fine. See, that's what's the difference between tasks and handlers. Most commonly, asked question when you discuss about Ansible, they'll ask this: what is the difference between task and a handler? Say simple. Task will run every time when you run a playbook, but handler won't run like that. Handler will run only when it's notified. How it's notified? How it's notified is based on the task status. We'll notify the handler whenever there is a change in the task status. Any of the task depends on our requirement. Any of the task status. And then if the task status is changed, then the handler will get executed. That's what we have seen so now, right? That's how handlers works. Got it? So that's it for today. I mean, this is fine. So we have seen ad hoc commands, basic things, and playbook, how to write a playbook, how to define variables in playbook, as well as how to define handlers and how to use handlers. Of course, we'll see few more things. See, we don't discuss modules. We'll discuss the structure of how the playbook should look like. Modules should you should practice depends on your use case. You try multiple use cases and you practice with that. But I'll tell you how to write a playbook. So still there are a few more things. Tomorrow we'll discuss the playbook and everything. We'll close it. Got it? So that's it for today. Anything? Uh, any questions? Any doubts of playbook? I know ML will be little different compared to Jenkins file, but little easy to be honest. Unless you do, if you use spaces. I mean tabs. Do not use tab. As I'm telling you again. If you use tab, ML won't work. It'll torture you because let's say if there is one syntax error, the whole file will throw error. That's ML for us. So let's say there is one more syntax thing I need to tell you before closing for today. How ML syntax works is, see, observe anything. Let's say task. Inside the task, I wrote that all the task, right? With two spaces. It means everything has to be two spaces. Even if it handlers, it has to be two spaces. From H, two spaces. Let's say if we give four here, we can able to give four like this. Everything has to be like that. It'll work. Let's keep it like, let's say two tasks I gave four spaces, remaining I gave only two. What happens? Let's see if it will throw error or not. See, it will throw error. Why? Because you have to follow the same indentation for the whole file. See, if you are using four here, use four for everything. Use four for everything like this. Same for handlers also. Use four. What does it mean? Four spaces. How the hell I know four spaces? From here, starting from here. Zero, I mean, one, two, three, four. Four spaces are there, right? That's why. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 like this you can able to give, but not odd number spaces. You cannot give 1 or 3, 5, 7 like that. It won't work. That's why observe here also there are two spaces. 1, 2. That's why. 1, 2, 1, 2. There won't be any one space except for the host. Host is there is no space, but the hyphen is like that. It's fine. That's why now let's try it. Ansible should work. See, like that. Either two spaces you follow or the four spaces you follow. Got it? That's all the syntax. Sometimes it will be, too much pain, why the hell the wrong, where the hell is, you have to change the whole file, blah, blah, blah. We'll see those also in next classes, don't worry. Got it? So that's about Ansible. For now, for today, we still have more topics to discuss. So ping me for any doubts. As I told you again, I'll share the document today. Ping me any doubts and we'll meet tomorrow same time. And I forgot to mention, I'm uploading YouTube videos in the channel, same channel, Dress Agile channel. Let's open it. So every day I'm uploading few videos because there is a limit. I cannot upload all of them. So what I did is I created a new playlist. See here, new batch. I upload 10 videos. So today I'll upload 10 more. So you can just go to playlist, watch all the videos. See the numbers 1, 2, 3. Of course, even though they are not in order, but you'll figure out by the numbers. So go with the numbers wise, okay? I'll upload remaining also very soon, don't worry. So that's it for today's class. So let's meet tomorrow. Have a nice day. Bye bye all.